Hello, how many stocks should a beginner keep in their swing trading watch list? Well, analyze one stock. Once you analyze it, like using a daily chart, for instance, let's take this stock. We use long option swing trading strategy. We like to buy it at the value line and sell it after a new high is reached. So we have CRM here, we have maximum daily chart. So last time the markets opened, the price went up, but the price is far from where we want to buy. So therefore, it's not a buy for us. That is the extent that we are going to do the analysis, and then we'll move to the next step. So you will do your chart analysis by timing it and see how long it took you for you to do that analysis. If it took you 1 minute to analyze one chart to decide if it's good for you to buy, when you don't have it in your portfolio yet, then you know that for 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, you can have about 60 stock in your watch list. In addition to that is you can estimate how long in average those stocks can remain in the portfolio before you sell it. And we can say maybe at any given moment, maybe 30. That's being conservative there. It's going to be less than that, I will assume. But then you know that, well, if you purchase 30, you might have about 30 left that you have not purchased it yet, that you're still looking entrance for. So you wanted to be able to have a good list that you'll be able to find stocks to purchase when you have money to purchase them. But at the same time, you'll be able to analyze the list within the time you have to analyze it. So if you want to analyze it on a daily basis after the markets close, in the evening or early in the morning before the markets open, before you go to work, then see how many stocks you can analyze, how long it takes you to analyze one stock, and use that to calculate how many stocks should be able to have in the watch list based on the time you have available, and allocate about an hour a day for those chart analyses, and based on that calculate how many stocks you can have in your watch list based on how long it takes you to do your analysis. And during the weekend you can trace the line because you are going to continue extending it, but you don't need to do that during the week when you do not have time. And that way, during the weekend, you can spend longer time making those adjustments, while during the weekday, you can just do quick analysis. And that's one way. If you want to do your analysis during the weekend only, that's what I'm thinking about doing in 2026. Then maybe during the weekend, you might have more time to allocate, maybe 2 hours. You use that to decide how many stocks you want to have in your watch list. I don't know how many I'm going to have in my watch list for 2026 yet, but it's going to be more than what I have this year. And this year I have about 79. About 79 of them that I will analyze on a daily basis, and later I stop analyzing it on a daily basis and prefer to do it during the weekend. So during the weekend, I prefer to have, for 2026 we'll have a longer list, and I don't know how many yet. We are still analyzing the stocks to see how many are going to make the cut. That's why we are putting a note here so that we can filter those to see how many we are going to have, if we need to condense the list again or not. And the second thing is, because those stocks are going to stay in our portfolio for longer, for months and some for years, we want to have a good long list to work with. I'm going to analyze them during the weekend. All of them is going to be more than 100 stocks for sure, and that way I can have a good list to continue buying from. I'll be buying more stocks and I will be selling less and less. Therefore, I will need to have a pool of stocks to continue buying from. So you have to work through those logistics to decide for yourself. And that will depend on if you want to do it during the weekend or doing it on a daily basis, to know how many stocks you want to create and how many hours you want to allocate for your analysis, whether it is a day, how many hours a day, or how many hours during the weekend. So the first one we are going to analyze is AZPN. We are going to do go to maximum monthly chart, AZPN, and we are still creating the watch list. It's not analysis to buy stock, it's analysis to see if the stock is worth adding it to the watch list. So to add it to the watch list, it needs to be a growth stocks respecting its valley and showing growth at the valley and growth at the peak of the mountain. Clearly it's showing growth at the valley, and it's been using this growth at the valley means you will have higher lows at the valley of the mountain. So it's respecting this valley line. It's been using it and is many years long. We have the year on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from $0 up. When we are looking at the tip of the mountain, is getting taller and taller and taller, and this year it reached a new high. Since 2023 it lingered there, but then breached it this time. So we are going to, yes, for 2026 watch list. It didn't make the past 2 years watch list of ours, because again we have the new way in the past, but now it breached it. So I don't know if it's going to take this number of years to come down, but yeah, last year it started that June going up. So yes, for this one. The next one is OTEX. Okay, so let's try some valley lines here. Well, it seems to be respecting this valley line. It is a long one. Interesting. Let's take a look at the mountain here. The mountain is getting taller and taller, but then during the pandemic, it reached this high and is struggling to surpass it. So it's on its way down, but I feel like at some point it's going to exceed it, but it's nowhere near there yet. So because it has been respecting this valley line, I will say yes to it. And again, that is something I say no to for some stocks. And this one, I think Adobe, for instance, is one that I say no to, and now I'm saying yes to this one. So, but this is going to be a short-term investment, and I don't know when it's going to be able to breach this. Is way far from it. Excuse me. But if you find it around this valley line and you buy it, you can just let it be in your portfolio. What I'm looking for though, it came to this valley line here, 23. It came here even lower. That is a problem. Yes, it's struggling to reach this peak, but if it's going to come back down at a price lower than this price, it is a no-no. Because let's say you purchase it around this valley line here for $25, and 3 years later or so it came back down to 22. It's going to put you negative while you are waiting to sell it. Does that make sense? So of course it didn't remain there for long, but for 2 years we do not want to be negative. Even if it's going to come back down to this valley line, it should not be negative. For that reason, it is a no. We are going to wait on it for that to continue doing better first. So no, to add it to our watch list. The next one is Microsoft MSFT. Okay, so we have some lines that we trace. We sold it this year, I think, and let's see, it has higher lows at the valley, yes. Excuse me. And it has higher mountain as well. So yes, for 2025 watch list. So let's see the line we like to buy at. We have this one that we trade. I think we are just going to keep it. Otherwise, we can select this one to be another option, just in case it comes down to it, that we have those two that we like to buy at. Right now it's going down, but it's nowhere near where we like to buy it. On this note though, there is one that is not in my portfolio, but I traded it before. It's Apple, and I don't know if I say AAPL. Okay. Apple is not in my portfolio. I'm not entirely sure why, but I traded it in the past. So let's take a look at it. And I think so far, let's see, we have this line and we have not found any other, and we are just going to keep this line to be where we want to buy. And yes, we have higher lows. In fact, this can be extended to here as well. We have higher lows at the valley and higher highs at the mountain. So therefore, it is a yes for this to make it to 2026 watch list. We have dollar mountain there. Right now it's going up. So it is a yes for it. It's not here, but I don't know if I'll come across it. But let's put AAPL. It doesn't seem to be in the portfolio. It could be because maybe it was a young stock. It didn't meet that 15 years old 2 years ago for me. I'm not entirely sure. But that'll be something we will add more information to here. So we'll put good chart for it. So the next one we are going to analyze is ORCL. Is it Oracle? Yeah, Oracle. So let's see what we are going to be tracing here. We can trace from here. Good. It has many touch points with this stock, with this line. Let's see. From here, we only have 2 touch points. We can activate this line here. It's very steep, but it seems to be going down. So we have higher lows at the valley and we have taller mountain at the peak as well. So yes, to add it to 2026 watch list. So it seems to be going down, but it didn't really come all the way down and it start going up from there. So I think I'm not sure why I use this color here, but that's kind of pretty color too. Okay, so we have that line. We can make this one that too. So we have 2 to work with. Either one that it touch base with, we might buy some. So yes for this one. WLK. So WLK, okay, we have this value line that is respecting, and right now is right there, and we like to start going up from there. So let's see, we have higher mountain as well. So yes, for these stocks, and it has been respecting this line quite a bit, and is right there, is leaving the the valley. So if you want to buy some, it might be the time to grab some. We went to maximum daily chart, and we can see we are having some higher lows here, but again, at this point it does not really matter to us. Is close to the valley line, we might just wanted to buy some shares there. So WLK is a yes, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to add it to here, WLK, because it's right there at the valley line. So we are compiling a list here of those stocks we are coming across as we are working on our list, so that we have them on the side to buy them when we have money. So another one we are going to analyze is CF. So CF, let's trace some lines here. Okay, it seems to be respecting this line. Okay, let's take a look at the mountain. I don't like this. So okay, so when it reached this, so from here we have a higher highs here, and from here it took some years before it was able to exceed that. And now that it reached here, I'm not sure what it's doing. Maybe it's on its way down before, but it didn't take that long to touch base here, and maybe because it wandered around and touched base again, $16 or 18, and about the same here. So I mean, I don't really like this pattern here. I mean, it's uptrending, but for the past 3 years it's going horizontal here, pretty much like this peak here became a resistant line. This resistant line became a support line that is rising on, wandering around here. So again, is a no for 2026 watch list. We have a lot that we say yes to. Something is not quite easy to understand. If something does not look like it's well compatible with the strategy we are using, it's okay to just say no for this year. Another one is APD, because we came across two already. Apple, for instance, that we didn't add to our watch list this year. So, and Oracle that we say yes to, that we didn't say yes to the past 2 years. So APD, and APD was not in our list for 2024, not in our list for 2026, not on our list for 2025. So now let's see if it's going to make it to 2026 watch list. Clearly it's respecting this valley line. Now let's look at the mountain top. So it took some years to breach this one. It's creating a higher high, but I have a feeling like a higher high is not getting really taller. It seems to me that, let's see, it takes a while. Those highs here were not too far from each other and they pulled back, but then it went way higher, trying to pull back, didn't touch base with it. So this will be a new high, this will be a new high, a pullback, but they are kind of close to each other here. Pull back and then reach a new high here. So it seems to me that with this, when it reach a new high, we will sell it, because the new high is kind of like currently is like kind of horizontal. It's not getting taller and taller and taller. Does that make sense? But the valley is going higher. So 210 here and 340. Okay, so let's do some calculation here. 341 divided by 240, 210, I think that's what I found there. So 1.6. If you bought it at 210 and sell it at 341, you'll make your money back 1.5 times at least. That makes sense. So right now it's living there already. It's still around 260 range, and when it reach 341 and sell it, well, it's just, I'm inclined to say yes to this one to see what it's doing. And something I'm finding here though is within a year it'll come back, and within a year it'll go up. So 1 year to come down, pretty much that same year to go up. So going to 2026, it could well reach that peak and then decided to pull back again. So let's say yes to this and add it to the list, and right now will be the time to buy. It's leaving the valley line. So, and see, but this is a situation in the past I will say no to, because there is no growth here at the mountain. And if we have a long list we are going to condense, maybe this could be one that will be out of it. Wow, that's a weird chart here, but again, yeah, it seems to be leaving the valley line here, and we are seeing some uptrend there. During the week, if you like these stocks, it will be a good time to buy, because it's right around the support line that is leaning on. But yes, for this one, can't even believe this. Those are situations I will say no to, and I'll say no to some stocks already this year doing this analysis, that maybe I'm getting too soft on those stocks that, yeah, saying yes to these stocks. But again, yeah, it can be purchased and sold within 2 years, if not the same year, because this year it touched base with it, and this year, yeah, it could cross 2 years, but it is 1 year time frame. When it's leaving 12-month time frame, when it's leaving the valley and reaching the peak, is doing that within 12 months or so. So we are going to say yes to this stock, and we are going to, I think I'll put okay there for it, and want to buy now as well. And this conclude this analysis, and as we analyze those OTEC, CF, those two didn't make it to our 2026 preliminary list. So thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time, and thank you for all your comments. We thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, Liberman, Cross of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C, YouTube channel, and NASDAQ.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. If you are looking to practice analyzing stocks to see if a stock is well positioned for you to buy, will you please check our small group online workshop that we are organizing? And if you'd like it to reserve a spot, the link is going to be in the description of this video. Thank you for your time. And for more of For more tips on how you can create your own watch list, please check the playlist in the description of this video. And I'm going to put this, it is a series, so I'm going to put the link in the description, toward the top of the description as well, for you to check more stocks that we analyze for 2026 watch list. Thank you so much for your time.